a Zarya Diva tank line here. So I mean, double off tank like is a thing now. Diva can control the high ground. There'll be space now, switches over to Roadhog here. So they have an idea of what's being run on the other side. So
Zarya and Diva also kind of cancel each other out because you want to take damage to Zarya, defense matrix makes it a bit harder to actually get energy charges up.
I don't know, I still don't get why Genji here, because we do know that YAKI is a really good Genji player, but we've seen him play this summer really good at this series, and Tracer as well. And I think both of those heroes, you would argue, are more powerful than Genji right now. Genji here, like in terms of like verticality and mobility, maybe that's the case, but I don't know if it's really worth all that.
I mean, compared to Reaper, he's useless when he uses hacks. There's also that fact to consider. Genji's strength is his mobility. He doesn't have that when EMPs come in. Space Force back here, YAKI getting some deflect action in. A mirror's already gone down here. Now the cleanup can ensue, and maybe that's it. A little bit, safer way to pressure University when they try to go for Resurrect here, but this is something to do with the Tracer.
Yeah, and Florida will have a Nano Blade for the next fight. You bring
Gangnam Jin, so good.
So, the Nano Blade could be pretty big. You have Nano Blade plus a Bob potentially here for the next fight. So Florida does get a defensive hold, playing the Genji here. Hero we didn't really expect much at all from in the playoffs.
And that's because some of his buffs, well, didn't stay buffed. We'll put it that way.
Bren would say it was a target nerf directly at Bren.
Gotcha. Well, so far, YAKI's trying to prove the haters wrong. So paired with the Dragon Blade, YAKI can get a lot more done with this now. By a lot more, I mean just killing more people rather effortlessly.
A lot of, yeah, that was a good use, I would say. Pretty much killing the entire other team. They have Shaz go to Zen here, so you'll have a Discord Orb. Maybe you can punish this a little bit more. Transcendence as well. Once he's able to build up towards it. But Florida, you know, you win a team fight by just investing 2 ultimates, 2 that you can build up rather quickly. So not a bad fight for Florida at all. There goes Shaz. Well, you don't have a shield, right? So playing against a damage boosted Ashe is going to be hard.
You're asking for it. I mean,
yeah.
You switch to Zen because you need a blade counter. But I mean, Florida must feel good. They definitely force the Gladiators to pick a less robust support or less safe against the kind of composition setup. Bob trundles on through there, given the space needed to get away. He attacked, but he actually doesn't need his jump. Mirror is able to get through that shield for the most part. The space is bursting through. The scrap gun gets to both supports. Florida Mayhem now looks like this setup's on its last legs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, BQB still picking up some kills, but it's not going to be enough here to get a hold. As Space will bring in, will try and get it low. You have a touch here as Florida trying to make this interesting, but I mean, barring a massive collapse, the Gladiators should be able to get this.
The YAKI resurrect while the space being created. That is literally resolving himself. Space over the whole hog. Yes, the entirety of the defense matrix won't be enough to cancel that ability out. So the Mayhem, they burn a little bit more clock. Actually, they get the pretty much into overtime.
Florida, they'll be able to hold this high ground rather easy. Nobody on the Gladiators can really access it at all here.
BKB saw a glimpse, I think, of producing the wing above the courthouse, so probably surmised that Birdring would be close by on that left side. Just a glimpse might be enough to help the Mayhem actually form a solid game plan here. So that Dragon Blade, YAKI, if he uses it, he's probably switching. Otherwise, just wait for the nano boost. That will be a little while away though, as Gangnam Jin's already been taken down. Resurrected by Morris here. Birdring trying to get away with the coach gun as YAKI bears down upon him.
Big use pops Valkyrie. He gets hit with a dynamite. Just wanted to live there.
Look at the card. Look at the card map. So much progress gained while the Mayhem was trying to get Gangnam Jin back into the fight. Eventually they're going to have to commit, but they're scared of doing with this Roadhog dead setup.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, the Gladiators don't have to contest high ground at all, right? They just have to have Birdring fire some shots up there, get some players weak. So much card progress, relatively nothing here. Is Mir with a grab, can't really kind of throw it up towards the high ground, has to wait until some players drop.
I mean, Florida want to drop on the Zenyatta, but Chad had another Transcendence here, or it has a Transcendence, should I say. Gangnam Jin lets the Biotic Grenade go.
They're trying to force this high ground here, the Gladiators, to get the Mayhem to drop. but they're so slow. Like, they don't have Lucio. They're so slow to try and get up there.
And Space probably doesn't want to use Transcendence here. I mean, without, Shaz, without Space, because that healing sort of goes to waste without a big body to benefit from it. So it brings Space back into the fight, but here's an Nana boost to the lane. YAKI, he's back in time. Shaz, the question is if he can get anything else. Oh, he got Nana boosted and damage boosted. Murdering is blown up inside the Transcendence. And BQB's gone back into the fight. The card's getting pretty close to the point now, but now the Gladiators are forced to back away. There's only 16 seconds left. Shaz is removed. Fate with Primal Rage now is just doing some scouting as the Gladiators group for one last push.
You still have space here. It's close to the cart. He may be a little not anymore. That'll be a biotic grenade connected here. That will take a breather health. That'll be the grab that comes through from Mirror. As you see the grab, you were never able to get a good use of it because Florida Mayhem did a nice job of not being baited to the low ground.
No one there really now. Kevster has been removed. Shaz Fate away from the cart. We won't be returning. Big Use swings it to the top rope and sent packing stage right. And there it is. The Mayhem are able to hold the Gladiators off. That must have been. So, I mean, the high ground gives Arna's defensive Arna's pretty more easier fighting grenades, especially when there's no shield to defend with. So,
I mean, Roadhog, when you think about it, the traditional sense is kind of like what you would imagine a tank, like just like somebody that's like large that takes up space and just soaks up tons of damage, right? Doesn't really block damage, but just soaks it up for the rest of the team.
Right, it's still barely between the 1v1.
Yeah.
Quite dead. The big be looking for Kevster, who's playing around the church bell there. He does not want to present himself as a target, and we've seen Farah get a lot of success on this map, especially this part of it.
They really want to punish here, the Gladiators. You have Roadhog, Widowmaker, Farah, and Zenyatta in the mix with the damage boost available. Good luck, Fate. I mean, this is going to be tough.
Chris can follow him in. I think Shaz can get blown up pretty quickly by this setup. I think the Mayhem are fighting for position more than anything right now. And there it is. So we had Nana towards YAKI won't be using a play, but Miro, man, gets blown up. There it is. YAKI a lot of damage. I mean, he'd love to take the fight to murdering now. There isn't Zenyatta around that same corner, so he needs to respect it. But a bit of slowing down. There's no resurrect on towards the Roadhog. Miro falls leagues away from where the action is.
Shaz will take out YAKI, but
Fate does well to stay alive there as Mirror just made a beeline for it. Still quite low in his small he's on Gargoyle. He's close to a self-destruct. Valkyrie for quick here for the whole hunt for Mirror. Gonna push back. Gargoyle is taken down by Kevster. The first is gone for the Florida Mayhem. And now the Gladiators come back into the fight. Playing for YAKI. Unassisted. And the self-destruct play for Mirror. That's a huge target. Fate gets brought back into the fight now. Big Use attempts to resurrect right next to the cart, but he is spotted instantly. And that's punish. The Mayhem flipped the fight around awfully quick. Didn't get killed and self-destruct on a target like Roadhog. What a huge pick.
The self-destruct there, so the Blade gets one, the self-destruct gets one. A big turnaround there for Florida Mayhem, as it looked for a bit that was going to be the Gladiators making like a tremendous last stand hold.
3 minutes 45 on the clock now, so Florida works with a decent amount of time, and they switch BQB over towards the Widowmaker now. This composition is morphing before our very eyes. YAKI will have a nano boost next time he goes for a blade. Big Use. That Valve. So expect to resurrect. Don't get too excited about the first pick here. Self-destruct on towards Fate. He's given a nano boost now with the Primal Rage. Normally want to stack it, he's a little bit, but Fate maybe thought he was going to go down anyway. Fancy the extra help. Still hitting fairly hard, but ultimately not finding any big kills. Space being considered is gargantuan here. If YAKI can get rid of the Diva, that would be massive.
You got a ton of value out of that nano Primal Rage, though. Just look how much space is brought the court. We're almost at the end of the map here now. It could end it.
That biotic grenade from Gargoyle's in basically just one series there and then Matthew. There was no way Mirror could recover from that kind of scrutiny. And the blade from YAKI gets rid of space. Business has no choice but to try and go for something akin to a resurrect, but looks like there's no bodies left. And the Florida Mayhem seal the deal. And they book their ticket to the next round of loser bracket play. The Gladiators are vanquished.